Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome to another rambling review where we take a look at more games in one video.
That is true. If you have not seen any of these videos before, you can see more of them because we have made more of them, and the best way to see them is to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
So, the master of subscription, how do you do that?
It's a button down there. I know, I like that you need to refer to me because you don't know where it is apparently.
I don't understand subscribing.
I have all the secrets of subscribing.
Yes, but there's also a
it's
bell.
Very easy.
I am the secret of the bell.
Oh, you have the secret.
If you ring the bell, you will get even more videos. Not just the same videos, but you will see them more often. So if you like us, you can do that. Also, if you are a person who's thinking to yourself, wow, those t-shirts are just amazing.
Yeah, that logo, who designed that? It looks superb.
That is you. I would love to own that and wear it in my personal life. You can do that by going, we have a video called We Have Merch, and in there's a link. I will try to remember to put it in this video as well.
Yes.
But you can buy merch. We have t-shirts and stuff. But enough about that.
Enough about us.
Enough about us. Let's talk about the main attraction.
Us and games.
Board games that we have played.
Yes, we have.
Before we start, all of these are review copies, so you know that. We just want to be upfront about that.
Yes.
So let's just start at the top.
Yeah.
What game is this?
It's Rolling Realms. It's a roll and write game.
Yes, and who made it?
It's the Stonemaier Games.
That is true, and this was actually made kind of in the pandemic.
Yeah.
For people to be able to play it with all the people of the world in the Zoom life.
Oh, cool.
And also other things
Zoom
like
life.
Microsoft Teams and other. We're not sponsored by Zoom. We're just like the one I'm
things.
saying.
Yes.
All the things that you talk on internet in the video.
Yeah.
Rolling Realms. This is a roll and write game where Stonemaier has taken kind of all of their games and made a little realm of it. So there's a card that is viticulture, there's a card that is pendulum. You get the idea. There's a card that is all the different cards or different games that they have made. And then you roll 2 dice and you do an action. You can do one action on 2 cards, usually in a round with 1 die to 1 card. And you're going to try to score the most points. You're going to do that 9 times. Then you're going to score those 3 realms. And then you're going to do 3 more realms and then 9 rounds. And then 3 more rounds and then 9 rounds. And there's different scoring abilities on different cards. It kind of feels like you're playing very, very small mini games trying to get the most out of it. You also have some resources that you can spend to do different bonus actions, and that is kind of the game. So, what do you think? Do you think this is a good roll and write? Do you think this stands out against all the other and write games? Do you think we need this? What is your verdict? Because if you haven't seen these rambling reviews, they're more like short, longer, final thoughts, shorter reviews. Go, it's your turn to speak words.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I think this is a decent one actually.
Yes.
The first time I played it was just like, okay, this is fine. And then we played it some more and I was just like, it's nothing special about it, but it just gives me this is just fun puzzle experience. So even though it's not mind-blowing for me, this is quite a nice one to play. I think that the mini games are cool. I think that they have tried to make them a little familiar to the original game.
Yes.
So for example, Pendulum uses kind of a timing thing, and viticulture has some grapes that you're combining and making into wine.
Very abstract.
It's very abstract.
Yes. Circling things.
But I like that I can kind of see the mechanisms.
Yes.
In the mini games. I really enjoy that.
And I like that they made these very small booster packs with cards for the games they made after this.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of their plan to continue doing more realms. So I think, are you done?
Yeah.
Yes, it sounded like that, but I just want to make sure. I think this is also a fine game. It's 100% solo. Multiplayer solitaire. And there is a solo mode that actually looks kind of neat. We haven't played it. It's called mini golf or something, and it looks kind of fun, but we haven't been able to sit down and play it, mostly because we don't really play any solo games, so why start now? Not because it's bad, but just because of time and games, and we like doing things together. So Rolling Realms, for me, it just falls into that category of being a middle of the pack roll and writes.
Yeah.
Like, we are not huge fan of roll and writes, but if you go back and see like all the times we said that, we also have some games that we really enjoy in the
Yes.
genre. So I think this is kind of like in the middle for me. It's not bad. I have played bad roll and writes, like which are really boring. This is fun, but it's not one I will ever see on the shelf and be like, oh, I need to play Rolling Realms. I will say, oh, that's a game.
That's a game.
And I was happy to be played it, but I don't need to play it again.
Yeah. I think also the thing with you can collect some resources
Yes.
and do some manipulating with the dice and also get some dice. The only thing that isn't that interesting about that is that even though that I can get an extra dice, and sometimes it's a little like lucky whether you roll something that you can get an advantage of,
Yep.
you can still just fill in one number in each realm at a time. So
If you don't
have
use one special ability, which makes you be able to do it in the same realm. But that's just one of them.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's just like, but I agree with you. I like it being able to, that basically makes the game more interesting. Without those, it would be kind of just
free for all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Because like you want to do everything, but then again you have to be like, okay, I'm going to focus like mainly on these two realms, and this in the middle is just like, if I don't get something that I can use for the other two, then I get something here. You kind of focus a little bit.
So what do you want to rate it? Rolling Realms.
It's a 5.5 for me. It's a decent game, and I don't need to keep it, but
No,
it's
absolutely not.
absolutely a fine game.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. I think it's a like an average game. It's not amazing. Or maybe 5.5. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go
Then
there.
I'm going 6.
I'm gonna go. Then we're gonna go to the universe and beyond. It's over 9,000. No,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not. It's gonna be a 5.5 for me as well. I
Yeah.
think that it has like it's just above average. Like it's not that low. This is just very middle of the road. It's a bit more. So I agree with that
Yeah.
with 5.5. Next up, we have The Hunger from Richard Garfield, who is mostly known for making Magic the Gathering,
Yes.
which is a game I have played thousands of times, and you played it once. It's a
Yay.
fun game. I want to play it more, but I don't want to go back to playing tournaments and stuff. But that's not
Let's talk
here
about this game.
nor there, which is
Yeah.
something I know people saying. It's not here or there. It should be somewhere, but I don't know. This is The Hunger. This is a game about being vampires. It kind of had reference people saying like, oh, this is kind of like Clank because it is a deck building game with movement on the board. This is kind of like a spiral board, so you're trying to move farther away from your Dracula or vampire castle because eating people far away from the castle gives you more points.
Thematically.
Themes.
Yeah.
And then you will try to get back. And if you can't get back before the sun comes out, then you will turn to stone and you will die and you will get 0 points in
0
the game.
points for you.
And 0 points are worse than many points. So it is a deck building game. I like some of the thematics here because like most of the time you're trying to get new cards and some of those cards are humans. And when you basically don't eat the humans. I'm saying I like the thematics and then they don't make sense. You don't eat the humans, you just carry them with you, and that makes you move slower because you have all these humans going. I'm
Yeah.
guessing you hypnotize them or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then sometimes you can eat them, which is basically trashing a card like in Dominion, getting it out of your deck. I was very excited for this. It is a pretty straightforward movement deck building game. Do you like it? What do you like? What don't you like? Do you get hungry for
Well-
playing it more?
Well, no, this fell very flat for me. Unfortunately, I think like in this genre, I'm going to compare it to Clank because that is the game that is most similar.
But I don't like Clank.
I would play Clank every day, like over this.
But do you like
First
Clank?
of all, I think Clank is fine.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the baseline.
Yeah,
That was just what I wanted to
fine.
make
This
it.
is below fine.
Yes, that's what I
Well,
wanted to make.
I think like first of all, deck building in this game isn't that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You have like what do you call it? Like these action points, kind of.
Yeah.
That you can spend for movement,
Yeah.
and if you spend all of them for movement, you can't
done.
buy any cards.
Yeah.
And then you have to be like, okay, which cards do I want? Do I want an expensive card and move less? Sometimes you want to stop on specific spaces, and you want to have like a specific kind of movement.
And there's
But
bonus actions basically on
a
the
lot
spaces.
of the times it's not very interesting what I buy. That might be a me problem. I don't know, but like as you said, humans in your deck makes you slower. That is boring. It's just like kind of points. Some of the humans have like these wacky special abilities that
Yeah.
can be very positive, but sometimes it can be very negative as well.
They're fun.
So you want to kind of eat them as fast as you can.
Yes.
And you have some special goals, both personal and what do you call it, public.
Yeah.
That you can go for, like special types of humans that you want to get, or special cards, or like these like familiar cards that are permanent are pretty cool. But like overall, I think I'm not very excited about it. It's just like, okay, I want to move as far as I can, and then I want to move back. And the deck building in my hand is not very exciting. It's mostly for me boring. And then I would rather play Clank, because I think that I get cooler combos in Clank. I think that I can play cooler cards there. It's not the same game.
No.
I was just like, I would hope this would be more fun. I don't know.
I think Clank is more fast paced. I
Yes.
feel this is a bit slow. It has taken a while to play it,
Yeah.
times we played it. I do think that the goals are fun because they make, like, you get personal goals and you can go for that kind of strategy. And then trying to get humans which matches those different like symbols and colors. I like the fact that you can go like all the way to the end and you will get like a special rose which has like special abilities. You want to like, do I want to go there or not? But most of the time you're going to go almost there because you will get more points for eating people or killing people or taking them with you in your crew,
Yeah.
your entourage, so people walking behind you in the forest, and you will get different places. I do enjoy some of the parts of the game, but for me as well, I feel like it's not that exciting. I do enjoy the like hunt board where you put out people or cards to get, and they will get scooped down, and you can get like the one you want very expensive, or you can get like a bunch of cards for cheap, because in this game and most deck builders it's not always good to get a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
There is this one place which is like an inn, and it might be the way we have played the game, because when everybody goes to the end and then everybody goes back, and there's this inn which just gets a new card every turn.
Yeah.
And the one time we played it, I ended up going there on the way out, getting like 6 or 7 cards, and then going there on the way in, getting like 11 or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. And if you're lucky then, like I was, I just got like 25 points by ending there, and then you're pretty close to the castle, so you should be able to get there. And I don't like doing this. I hate doing this, saying like, oh, this one card is breaking the game. But there was one card that I got 2 of, which kind of just made the game, we could have just stopped the game there and I just won. Because the fact when you eat more people, you end up getting to do less, because most of the people
that's
have...
the whole balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the people have this kind of like you move slower or you do negative things, and you don't want to get too many of them when you are out in the forest, because then you're going to get clogged up and you cannot go back.
Yeah.
But there's this one, I think there's a cat, which has this ability that says if you have 2 humans in your hand, you get like a point, and you get a movement or 2 movements or something like that. And that is pretty powerful, because then you kind of negate the point of the game. Then I got 2 of those, which meant that I just wanted to load up on humans, because when I got 2 humans at least in my hand, I could get a good turn anyways.
Yeah.
So I basically just won the game. I think I ended up with like more points than all the 3 other players combined.
Yeah, it was pretty weird, because we were just like, oh, I can't get this human now, even though I want to, because I already have so many humans that if I get more humans, then I will not move forwards, and I will die out here in the sun. But you were just like, I will get these 500 humans and move anyways, because I have this one card. And I was just like, oh, well, now it's not fun.
Yeah, so that's kind
all.
of weird. I don't know like why that happened, or if there's something like we could have misunderstood something, but I don't think we did with that card. Just, I don't like to say that like, oh, this is overpowered or this is broken, but that is just something that that happened in our game.
Yes.
So for me, this is not very interesting. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think it's an average game. I know people really like it, which is awesome, but for me it just fell flat and was not a game I am interested to play again.
Yeah, for me, this is a 4.5. It's below average for me. I have no desire to play this one again. I feel that a lot of people will get their money's worth out of this game and
Yeah.
have a lot of fun, but for me, it fell very flat, and it's not a game that I look forward to play again. So
So-
I don't have to. Yay! Me.
Yay! Then lastly we have Skull Canyon Ski Fest from Pandasaurus Games. This is a game with a fun theme. You
Yeah.
are skiers or snowboarders and you are taking the ski lift, like doing exciting things like taking a lift, and you are trying to do different runs down these different slopes. Some of them are like in real life. If you are in a ski slope, there will be green lines and yellow lines and black lines and blue lines and other colors where you live. I don't know the colors in your place, but different colors means different difficulties. And what you're doing in the game is basically getting cards. It kind of feels like a Ticket to Ride,
Yeah.
where you will try to get sets of cards and then you will spend those cards to do different runs. You have a Yeti, which usually isn't in ski slopes because it doesn't exist. But usually, like in this game, there's some take that, some like messing with the other players, because you can move that around and block people from taking the route you think they will take. If you play these Yeti cards, more of them, which are jokers, then there will be an avalanche and everybody falls down a slope, which also can be devastating for somebody if they're like, oh, finally got to the top, spend my actions on that, and then I'm going to go down there. No, the avalanche comes and you lose a lot of points because of that. There is some area control, but you're trying to be the player who lastly did a different run, and every time there's a person who did a run, then you have to spend more cards to steal that run from them to be able to score the points at the end of the game. So there's a lot of interesting things here, but I'm going to ask you, Sunniva,
Yeah.
what did you think? Did you like Skull Canyon Ski Party? And it says Ski Fest, but there's people on the snowboard on the board.
It's
So
a very
it's a snow fest.
unexpected question. I was like,
Yes, you're like,
expecting what do we have for dinner
what
or
is for
something? I don't
dinner
know.
today? And I was like, no, tell me about this game.
I think it was nice.
Yes.
I like that it has a theme that I seldom see in games. I think that is original. I think the picking cards, trying to collect up for a route is quite similar to Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
But you have like two sets that you can like use for things.
Yes.
You can either like play all cards of one color or all part of one like type of skiing. Yes.
Type of slope, yeah.
Yeah, it's much easier to find, like, collect the colors, but some slopes you get a bonus if you collect, like, the
You get more
right...
famous by
Yes, you
doing
get
it. People
more
gonna be like,
famous.
wow, how did you do that? Doubling it up.
Yes, and I think it's nice, and you want to, like, time it a little bit as well, because at the end of one round, you want to, like, time it so you get down the last slope in the same, like, go. And the run goes by quickly because you spend a lot of time also just like collecting cards, trying to plan for, okay, now I have these cards, then I can try to go up that elevator to that kind of slope, for example. And placing that Yeti is quite fun actually, because if I really wanna keep that majority,
Yeah.
then I want to make sure that, oh, you took the same elevator as me, maybe you will ride the same slope that I just rode after me, then I'm going to block that. I think that is actually quite fun. It has some, when you get like downtown, the end of the round, it has
Yes.
like a little
After
one-way
party.
street,
Yes.
bonus actions that you can choose, and when you go to the end, you can also buy some equipment that gives you a
Yes.
special ability. I think that is a nice bonus. It's very not thinky, but it goes by pretty quickly, so it's just like a little mini game there.
I think this has a nice blend of mechanisms. As you say that, like the route planning kind of with the card drawing from Ticket to Ride. If you have played Ticket to Ride, like if you love Ticket to Ride, I think you might like this. Like it's a kind of Ticket to Ride
Yeah.
feel to it, but being very different in feel as well. So if you or your family really enjoy Ticket to Ride, I think you will like this, and this is a good addition to the collection for that.
Yes.
Of the three games today, I think I like this the most.
Yeah.
I I actually had quite some fun playing it. For me, it's a bit too light for me
Yeah,
to keep it
I
and
agree.
wanting to play it. But I had a lot of fun actually when we played it. I think that the mix of the, as you said, the root building and all of that, and it had a small one-way street, which is really nice. It's just a pleasant game. It has that little bit of messing with the other players, just so you know that. But it didn't bother me too much because the game is so quick and there's a lot of stuff going on. So I think this is an absolutely fine game. I'm going to give it a 6.5. A good game, but not a game that I personally will seek out to play.
Yes, I think this is a 5.5, a little above average, but as you said, too light for me. I will not keep this in a collection, but
Nope.
I figure there are many people who will because it's a nice game.
That is true. And those are 3 more games reviewed by 2 people.
From Norway.
From Norway. If you enjoyed us reviewing 3 games by 2 people from Norway, then you can subscribe if you didn't do it in the beginning of the video.
So if you want to know how you do that, you can just rewind
Yes.
and go to the start of the video and you will see the answer there. Good luck.
That's your
Yes.
quest for today.
Haha.
If you enjoy what we do and you have some money in your pocket burning a hole in it, then you can go to patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and support us there as
Yes.
well. That helps us out running the channel, getting more games and getting equipment, going to conventions and other stuff. And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye bye.